Hey guys, Rajesh here for New Win, and in this video, I'm doing an unboxing and sharing my first impressions of the Samsung Galaxy S20 Plus. Now, before we get started, the first thing that you need to know is that I have the Exynos 990 4G variant of the Galaxy S20 Plus here and not the Snapdragon 865 powered variant that's sold in US, Korea and other 5G markets. Other than the difference in chipset though, this is largely the same phone that Samsung sells in the United States. There's not much to talk about the box. It's your typical Samsung smartphone box, obviously with the Galaxy S20 branding. So let's proceed to open it. Inside the box you get the phone, obviously. Let's keep that aside for a moment. Other than that, you get a 25-watt USB-C charger. Now this charger supports USB-C PD 3.0, so it can fast charge the Galaxy S20 Plus at 25 watt. Samsung also sells a 45-watt charger, but that one is only compatible with the Galaxy S20 Ultra. Other than that, you get a USB-C to USB-C cable. You also get AKJ bundled earphones. These are the same earphones that Samsung has been bundling with its flagship smartphones over the last couple of years. They sound pretty good, and since the Galaxy S20 Plus lacks a headphone jack, they have a 3.5mm connector. Another good thing about these earphones is that they come with braided cables so they will last quite a bit long and can survive a lot of abuse. You also get some regulatory papers, a SIM ejector pin and a clear case. However, this time around Samsung is not bundling any USB-C OTG adapters or a USB-A to USB-C adapter with the S20. The company had been doing so up until the Galaxy Note 10 series. Now for the phone itself, you can see that it comes with a screen protector pre-applied, and my recommendation is that you'll keep this screen protector, and you are unlikely to find a decent third-party screen protector in the market right now for the S20 series. The first thing that really stood out to me about the Galaxy S20 Plus is just how light it is. For a phone that has a 6.7-inch display and a 4500 mAh battery, this phone is very light. I'm coming from the Galaxy Note 10 Plus, which had a 6.8-inch display. In comparison, the Galaxy S20 Plus has just a slightly smaller 6.7-inch display. And yet, despite the S20 Plus only having a 0.1-inch smaller display, it is more handy and compact to use compared to the Galaxy Note 10 Plus. This can be largely attributed to the phone's edges being curved compared to the Note 10 series having a very squarish edge. Additionally, the display now has a slightly taller 20:9 aspect ratio, which makes it far easier to use one-handed compared to the Note 10 series. There's also the fact that the curved display edges on the Galaxy S20 series is now not as curved compared to what you had on the Galaxy S10 or the Note 10 series, and this in my opinion is a major usability win. Now you can easily stretch your thumb and reach the corners of the display without any accidental presses on the edges. I'm really glad that Samsung has finally realized that having a curved display on a smartphone is not really a smart thing to do here, and with the Galaxy S20 Plus, the company has taken a step in the right direction. One thing I did not like about the Galaxy S20 Plus coming from the Note 10 Plus is that it doesn't feel as premium to hold as the Galaxy Note 10. When you tap the glass at the back of the device, you can see there's a very hollow sound, and to be honest, the back just doesn't feel that premium. It is Gorilla Glass, but the feel in hand is not as premium as you should be getting from a phone that costs upwards of $1,200. The Galaxy Note 10 Plus or even the iPhone 11 Pro, or for that matter even the $700 iPhone 11 feels more premium in hand compared to the Galaxy S20 Plus. Talking about the design of the Galaxy S20 Plus, there's really not much to talk about here. It's relatively basic. The rear in particular has nothing fancy. Samsung could have at least played with the colors and light like it did on the Galaxy Note 10 series, which looked particularly striking. But on the S20 Plus, the effect is very subdued. Perhaps the only interesting design aspect is the massive camera hump at the rear, and that's about it. The front looks just like any other smartphone. Massive display with almost non-existent bezels. The punch hole at the front is also very small, and it's really not that intrusive like it was on the Galaxy S10 series. Now I have only spent a few hours with the Galaxy S20 Plus so far, but I must say Samsung really knows how to make displays. It's not really surprising considering the Galaxy S8, S9, S10 and even the Note 10 series have had excellent displays. The 120Hz refresh rate of the panel is something that you really need to experience to know just how good it is. However, the catch is that by default, Samsung ships the Galaxy S20 series with the display refresh rate panel set to 60Hz. So you have to manually go into settings and enable the refresh rate to 120Hz. And yes, this will take an additional toll on the battery life. I've spent less than a day with the phone so far, so I really can't comment on its battery life, but so far the performance with the 120Hz mode activated has been top notch. Talking about the cameras, the primary 12 megapixel shooter is definitely a step up coming from the S10 and even the Note 10 series. However, there is a problem. The problem is that Samsung's processing needs some work. Most of the photos have way too strong HDR effect, the colors pop way too much, and facial details are washed away. I'm pretty sure that Samsung will roll out software updates to further improve the camera performance like it did with the Galaxy S10 series last year. Overall, the camera setup does have potential. It's only about Samsung tweaking it and improving its processing so that it can deliver. One thing to note about the 64 megapixel telephoto sensor is that it's not exactly offering optical zoom. By default, you are only getting an optical zoom of 1.08x. Yes, 1.08x from the 64 megapixel telephoto sensor. What Samsung is actually doing here is that it is taking photos in 64 megapixel resolution and then zooming into that and taking 12 megapixels output from it, thereby giving you up to 3x zoom. But yes, you do have up to 30x hybrid zoom, though the results are really not that impressive. The front 10 megapixel shooter, while its resolution is the same as what you get on the Note 10 series, I'm really impressed with its performance. Samsung seems to have overhauled its image processing for the front camera on the Galaxy S20 series, due to which the selfies taken on the Galaxy S20 Plus come out looking far more natural and realistic compared to what you would get on the Galaxy S10 and Note 10 series from last year. So to round up my first impressions of the Galaxy S20 Plus, overall I'd say it's a pretty impressive device, though yes, Samsung needs to work on its camera performance. I'm also a bit worried about the battery life of the device, particularly because the Exynos chips from Samsung are not really known for their efficiency, and the 120Hz display definitely takes a toll on the battery life. Do make sure to subscribe to our channel and follow Newwin so that you can read our Galaxy S20 Plus review when it comes out later this month.